started. Okay.
All right. So I'm Cody Ann Baker, graduate student at Humboldt State University. I have with me here Bill Shireman, lecturer at Haas School of Business and CEO for Future 500. We're going to be discussing conservatives and environmental conservation today. So let's start with a brief introduction. Let you introduce yourself, Bill.
I'm Bill Shireman. I teach at the Haas School of Business, as you said. My focus is on corporate social responsibility, and that is the work that I do day to day. And for 4 decades, I have been bringing big corporations, oil, gas, chemical, retail, technology, and so on, together with Greenpeace, Sierra Club, Oxfam, a wide variety of activist groups, getting them to work together for actual solutions instead of just being at war with one another.
Okay, cool. So how about if we talk quickly for our audience about Bridge USA, your fledgling political movement?
Yeah, well, Bridge USA is a wonderful student-run organization that is about having dialogue between the political left and right. We have a political process now where the rhetoric is dominated by the warriors on both sides, and the policy is dominated by establishment vested interests. And that is a dangerous combination. The warriors keep the population divided, which prevents us from having a majority to make needed changes in a set of laws and policies that are entrenched literally from World War II. Bridge USA is a set of students who have seen this problem. They are primarily more peacemakers in temperament. I have nothing against the warriors on either side. There's a role for them, but there's a much more important role right now for the peacemakers, the people who can talk to one another. Bridge USA brings student conservatives and progressives, and those in the mainstream, to come together to say, what can we do about the environment? What can we do about social justice? What can we do about spending? What can we do about national security, transparency, privacy, all of these issues that animate us beyond just battling each other in the media?
Cool. Okay. So it sounds like Bridge USA is really on board with climate justice, as you have a partnership with EarthX. Mm-hmm. And EarthX is the largest Earth Day event in the world that takes place in Dallas, Texas. Do you want to fill us in a little bit about that partnership and what that means for Bridge USA?
Absolutely. In today's media, we pretend that all the environmentalists live on the coast and are political progressives, and all the anti-environmentalists live in the inland part of the country, and they're all Republicans and conservatives. Well, it's not true. First of all, I'm a coastal Republican, a San Francisco Republican, and a strong environmentalist, and I don't fit any of the stereotypes that call on me to behave a certain way. But one of the great leaders of conservation on the Republican side of the aisle is a guy named Trammell Crow. Commercial real estate developer, but his passion is protecting the environment. And he has taken it upon himself to bring Americans together from the right and the left to help protect the environment. He's done so, number one, by establishing EarthX, an event in Dallas, Texas, that has grown to become the largest Earth Day exposition on the planet. Brings 150,000 people together from Middle America, left, right, center, and so on, who are looking for real practical ways to actually help protect the environment. He also brings together a variety of leaders from around the world, 1,000 or so political people, donors, media, environmental experts, and so on, to actually get together and try to make change. It's kind of like an environmental Davos, if you will. So these leaders get together with all these people on the outside and say, how can we protect our oceans, our forests, and climate? And that's what we're doing in Dallas, Texas. Every April, right around Earth Day weekend, we get all those folks together, and we pretend that the media hasn't divided us and made us hate each other, and we actually work together to try to solve problems.
Okay, so two things. First, we'll get into New Way, California. You actually were the one to introduce me to this movement. And watching their summit, it looked a lot like the greening of the California conservative movement. Mm-hmm. So what were your thoughts on that? You were there. You were able to ask Arnold Schwarzenegger some questions. How did that go? Where are you at with New Way, California?
Yeah, well, New Way, and I think New Way answers a need fundamentally to have an alternative to the existing Democratic and Republican Party establishments. New Way emerged from a set of frustrated Republicans, frankly, who had watched their party descend to political insignificance almost here in California, who decided that we needed a political movement that could be pro-environment, pro-justice, pro-schools, pro-criminal justice reform, for all these things that both conservatives and progressives want, but without the warfare that has kept solutions from actually happening there. So I'm very proud and enthusiastic. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the nominal leader of this group. He was, of course, the governor of California, or the governator, as some people call him. And he helped bring new ideas into a party that has had problems attracting a significant voter following in this state. So I see it as a merging of Democrats and Republicans who are peacemakers, who can actually align with each other to find solutions. And that's what's exciting.
Okay. And then finally, where does the Green New Deal fit into all of this with Bridge USA, EarthX, New Way, California? There's a lot of talk on the left of a Green New Deal, and a lot of people have questions about that. A lot of people are trying to decide who to support in the primaries. So where does that fit? What's your take personally? How do you see that fitting within the Bridge movement?
Right. Well, it's a fascinating campaign. I have to say it's exciting. And it's disturbing or concerning, I would say. Mm-hmm. It's exciting because for the first time you have a substantial movement behind an idea that combines environmental sustainability with the interests of people. It doesn't say the environment's over here, people are bad, we have to stop, having a footprint on the planet. It actually says, that people are part of nature, and we need solutions that serve people and nature together. So that's exciting. It's exciting on the left because it uses the terms, Green and New Deal together. The left idealizes the New Deal. From the left's perspective, the New Deal was, big government coming in with a plan for a solution and mobilizing the business community, labor, and the workers to get that solution in place. And it seemed to be extraordinarily successful. It overcame the Depression, it beat the fascists. So the left loves the New Deal. The right looks at the New Deal with a little different lens. They say, well, that was the time when corporations and government and labor unions merged into a single entity, a single source of power, and took power from the people at the local level. And now those interests are what they call crony capitalist interests, where the government is essentially serving the interests of these corporations, so at the expense of individual freedom. So when the left uses the term Green New Deal, it kind of scares the right, because they're saying, oh, great, we're going to have another big crony capitalist party where we're going to hand money to big companies and interest groups, and the left doesn't even realize that it's corporations that are getting all this money. So I think the Green New Deal could be a very good idea if instead of saying the Green New Deal, we say a Green New Deal, and we combine the insights and contributions of the right, which frankly knows fiscal responsibility and knows how to create a system to get you to a goal better than the left does. And we combine that with the left's determination to not leave people behind, to have an inclusive society that empowers women in particular, the folks who have been left out, people of color, and so on. We bring their insights in, bring them together. I think we could accomplish something great. However, I don't think the political media is going to let us do that. They're going to divide us on this. They're going to say the Green New Deal is a leftist plot. The conservative media will say the Green New Deal is a leftist plot to take over government, to take over the private sector, turn it into a giant global socialist imposition on the people and take away our freedoms. And the left's going to say the Green New Deal is finally going to wrest control from the corporate sector and bring democracy back to the people through their elected representatives who will create a shining path to a beautiful future. Both of them, both of these perspectives are dangerous and wrong. Green New Deal is a concept right now, bringing together the right and the left to develop, applying what is best from both of them can actually make it a win for the country. But I'm not holding my breath. I think before we can pass a Green New Deal that is not just a handout of money to vested interests, we have to fix our democracy. And to fix our democracy, we need to get the left and the right talking to each other and working together. Because without a majority of the public, and that requires the left and right together, without a majority of the public, you can't challenge vested interests. That's the beauty of divide and conquer. So we need to do that first. And that means that the peacemakers among us on both the left and the right need to come together, step forward, and really take charge of our movements from the warriors. Warriors need to work for civilians. That's why we have a commander-in-chief who is a civilian in charge of our military. The warriors that we've got controlling the rhetoric on the Republican and Democratic side, they're great warriors, but they are not good at creating peace. And that's what we need right now, peace.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for now. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Join Bridge USA. Go to bridgeusa.org. Go to the Unrig Conference and to the Bridge Summit in Dallas, Texas. Go to EarthX and participate in finding solutions and join New Way. And form your own New Way organizations to bring the right and the left together and create a new majority that can advance meaningful evolutionary change.
All right, that sounds great. Thank you for your time. And anybody who has any questions, leave your questions in the comments. We could do a follow-up interview. Thank you for your time, Bill.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.